How about a tale from a new beach?
So here's the beach on the northeast corner of the yacht basin, sometimes called Hobie Beach. It's only 75 feet long. Looks pretty peaceful today and empty.
But in early June, this little beach was the scene for a historic gathering of horseshoe crabs. They sense when the highest high tides will occur for 3 months during the late spring. Large females, accompanied by one or more smaller males, come ashore just at the right time to bury their eggs under the sand at the highest high water line. The eggs gestate safe and warm for 2 weeks, when the next lunar tide will once again wash that zone of the beach. The waves and water help the eggs to hatch, and the young horseshoe crabs wiggle out and away into the bay bottom. I counted more than 200 at the time of the high tide.
You may remember some time ago that we had horseshoe crabs mating on the beach. They left their eggs there. I collected some of those eggs, and now, a couple weeks later, our eggs have hatched. Here is a little round egg that didn't hatch, and right next to it is a baby horseshoe crab that is crawling around. So you can see the size of the original egg and the size of the baby horseshoe crab. Here's the tank in the Nature Center where we put the horseshoe crab eggs when we first collected them from the beach. They've hatched out, and there's a whole lot of them doing pretty well. We feed them fish food that's just ground up to be really small pieces. And that goes into the sand where it's acted upon by lots of other bacteria and things that turns it into really nutritious food. Here's a close-up looking from the side. Not sure why they're all headed to this corner of the tank, but it gives us a really good look at them. Even though they're only about 1/4 of an inch long, they're perfect little horseshoe crabs. Here are 3 different sized ones, all on the penny. Notice how different they are. They're all the same age. They're all from the same brood. And they've all been together in this tank for the whole time. So it's interesting to think, why would some be bigger and some be smaller? And the answer is that they all have slightly different genetic makeup. So they respond to conditions differently. So some of them are growing very well under these conditions, but wouldn't do as well in different conditions. Now just to the right of the penny, there's somebody crawling around underground. Their normal habit is to be down there, grubbling around, safe from predators, looking for something to eat. I think there's one down there. Their body shape is certainly well suited for cruising in the sand. So I'm not sure if this will work. Let's see if I maybe can get this one out. See who's there. There he is. Another pretty good sized one. Here are a couple more upside down in the red seaweed, in the algae. And then drifting up close to it are some molts. Every time these horseshoe crabs grow bigger, they cast off an empty molt and grow a new one which hardens in their new size. So a lot of these casings are just molts floating around in the water. In fact, most of the shells that we find on the beach are molts. So it's not the case that a horseshoe crab shell means that the animal is dead. And here's a full-grown horseshoe crab from the Nature Center. That's the top side. And then on the underside are all the legs.
Fossil evidence shows there were horseshoe crabs more than 400 million years ago.
Remember that a horseshoe crab is more closely related to a spider than to a crab. Okay, that's today's tale from the beach.